Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of the Uplift. I'm Reverend Patti Pais here at Vision with another uplifting tale to tell you. No, some wonderful uplifting stories, essays, things from Ernest Holmes, quotes, prayers, all of it. Just to be that moment in your day where you can be temporarily uplifted or just carry that uplifting feeling for the whole day. Wouldn't that be lovely? This is my prayer, that we use this time together to just uplift our entire day. So let's start with prayer. I know that God is all there is. I know there is energy. There is only energy, whether in form or out of form. Everything in the manifest and unmanifest universe is energy. We know this energy as spirit. We know this energy as the creative force across the universe. This energy that makes itself stars and planets and solar systems and galaxies. This same energy that creates form from itself. And we know that our lives are that. An outpicturing of that same energy that is knowing of itself as us. And we call that energy spirit. We know it is the energy of love and joy and guidance. We know it is the energy of spirit absolutely having its way with us, creating form and abandoning form all the time and being that dynamic power and presence in our lives as our lives. So I turn this time over to Spirit to let it have its way with us for the next 15, 20 minutes, knowing it is all God, it is all good, and so it is. How are you today? I'm knowing that you're staying safe, you're staying home, or you're working from home maybe, or you're going in but being careful, staying 6 feet apart at least from people, wearing your masks, washing your hands, carrying your hand sanitizer with you wherever you go. I'm just knowing that we are being conscious, we are being strong and clear and purposeful, and knowing our wholeness and being prudent, knowing what our bodies require to carry them through this point in time safely and securely. So I know that for you, and I know that for me as well. So I'm glad we're all doing the right things. We're staying safe, staying home, staying masked, all that stuff. I want to talk again today about my favorite book of the year. I guess it is, now it is, 365 Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. I think this is a wonderful book for you to add, if you have not already, to add to your daily spiritual practice. I know that a lot of us probably hadn't used it up until this year, but this is the perfect time to get it off your shelf, or order it, put it on your Kindle, or get a paper copy like I have, and use it in addition to whatever your daily spiritual practice is, your prayer, your meditation time, and your 365 inspirational reading of the day. Just put it in there. Put it in as your daily spiritual practice. You absolutely will benefit from it, I promise you. So I'm going to read from today, September 8th. And it's a wonderful talk, and maybe it might be a little challenging talk right now for this particular period of time, but let me just share it with you. Ernest Holmes said, "I am always glad." That's the title of this particular essay. I am always glad. And I don't know, is that a stretch for us right now? I think it might be. Anyway, he quotes Emerson here. He says, "I will be lighthearted as a bird and live with God." And I love that thought. I mean, you can just feel it, can't you? How birds have that lighter than air sort of quality to them as they take flight, I will be lighthearted as a bird and live with God. I just love that. So this is what Ernest Holmes is talking about, and I know this can be very challenging, particularly challenging where we are in the world, where we are in this point in time in the year, because we're still sheltering at home, because there's still a worldwide pandemic, it hasn't left yet. It might be a little difficult to reach for that gladness, right? To say, I'm always glad, and mean it. But let's hear Ernest Holmes talk it out. He starts off like this. "I sing a song of joy today, of praise and gratitude. I know that my health My physical well-being, my mental poise and peace are drawn from infinite source. Today I know that the healing presence of life is within me, forever restoring my mind and body. What a great and reassuring thing that is. To know that infinite source is forever restoring our minds and our bodies. That we have within us this power, this presence, this energy that beats our heart, breathes our breath, but what else does it do? It circulates our bloodstream. It repairs any defective cells or gets rid of them. It circulates through us, just revealing wholeness wherever it goes. If there is anything unlike perfection, it transforms it. If there is anything like the beginning of discord or a disease, it transforms it. What does it do? It dissolves it back away from, to the nothingness from which it came. It is a false idea. So it dissolves away the potential of disease, the potential of discourse. And what does it do? It reveals the wholeness that we are. It reveals the wholeness that has been there all along. This is the power and presence of spirit circulating through our bodies. This is that divine light of God that we know is within us, that we know is that seed of perfection that is nestled within us, that Walt Whitman said, right? That seed of perfection that is nestled within us, that is the Holy Spirit. It is alive and well within us. And what it does is it absolutely reveals itself as that health and wholeness as us. So that within our bodies, anything that is unlike that must dissolve away in the power and the presence of the energy which is God, which is the truth of us. So let's see what Ernest Holmes said in the second paragraph. Ernest Holmes said, body and mind are one in spirit. Physical health is a state of wholeness in mind as well as in body. My body is a servant of the spirit within me. My mind is an offspring of pure spirit. There is a silent reaction going on between spirit within me, which is God, my mind, which receives the impressions from divine source, and my body, which is the servant of the Spirit. Understand this. Understand this. This is the real key to our health and our vitality and our well-being always, is that our bodies are a spiritual idea. Our very physical bodies are a spiritual idea. And as we identify with the spirit and not with the body, we allow that spirit to have its way with the physical manifestation. We allow spirit to occupy every cell, every organ system, our nervous system, our lymphatic system, our digestive system, our circulatory system. I could go on, right? We allow spirit to occupy those organs, those systems, those cells, those subatomic particles of us. And what spirit does in occupying all that space is that it just allows itself to be itself in us as us. And that means we resonate in perfect health. And we know that when we give up this idea that there's something wrong with us, then we can allow that space. We can allow spirit to fill that space. When we're busy in our own minds, because we have free will, if we are busy in our own minds saying, I have this, whatever it is, I have ulcers, I have diverticulitis, I have indigestion, I have whatever, fill in the blank. You own it. When you keep saying, I have it, you are the I am of your own life, and you're declaring what is. You might as well say, I am illness. And what can the universe say? You have free will. The universe can only say, okay, sure, absolutely, yes. So it is up to us to absolutely know the truth for the physical body, for the mental body, for the spiritual body that we are. We are all of that. And yet we know God is in charge and all is well. God is in charge and all is well. And when we give up this idea that I own anything less than perfection, when we disengage with the condition and we give it up to Spirit, we surrender it to Spirit, Spirit dissolves it away. Spirit allows itself to occupy the space formerly occupied by a false thought. And what takes its place instead is health and wholeness, vitality, strength, everything that Spirit is as you. So let's go on. Ernest Holmes says in the final paragraph, "Today I hold communion with the invisible presence that peoples the world with the manifestation of its life, its light, and its love. I withdraw the veil that hides my real self and draw close to the Spirit in everything and in everyone. I anticipate everything that is worthy in the soul. I accept everything that belongs to the Spirit. I claim everything that partakes of the nature of the divine reality." The divine reality, the idea that we never left the garden, right? The idea that Adam never woke up. The idea that heaven and earth are just states of mind, our consciousness, and we are free will to demonstrate wholeness or lack, health or illness, abundance or limitation. That we are endowed with free will to identify with a Spirit that is limitless in its scope and nature, that is absolutely limitless in its ability to demonstrate for us, as us, through us. And as we move closer and closer to this, to embracing this truth, what we know is our entire lives change. The outpicturing of our lives change. The conditions around our lives change. Because we are surrendering to this greater idea. Like Ernest Holmes said, we cannot take the absolute and pull it down to the relative, right? To limit it, to pull it down into just the limited idea of what we think our life is. We can never do that. We can never make God less than. The only thing that we can do is lift ourselves up out of our smallness. Lift ourselves up out of our idea of limitation and to identify with the limitless nature of Spirit. Identify with the limitless potential that our lives are. And to surrender to that, to surrender to the greater definition, the greater demonstration of who and what we are and what we can demonstrate in Spirit. What a wonderful thing that is. And yes, doesn't that make you glad, even in the midst of everything, to know we have free will to demonstrate as great as we can embrace, embody, and imagine. Does that make you glad? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We can identify with gladness in the midst of whatever condition is going on in the world around us. Let's pray out. I give great thanks for this time spent together. I know God and I are one. I know Spirit is absolutely demonstrating itself, incarnating itself as all life everywhere. I know each person I come across, I know that is God in hiding, God in form. I know all of life as an aspect of Spirit demonstrating. I know the very essence of God itself is flowing through us and as us into the world. I know there is only one life. It is God's life. It is whole, perfect, and complete. It is my life right now, and it is the life of each and every one of us. And so it is. I give great thanks for this time spent together with you. Happy Tuesday. Have a wonderful time with the rest of your day. Bring your gladness with you wherever you go and put it in whatever you do. Make it a wonderful day. I will see you next time on the Uplift. Remember, vision from my heart to yours. We are one. We are one. There is no separation in spirit. And I will see you next time. You take care. Bye-bye.